Okay, hello. So, it's Sunday, October 10th, 2021. We go to church on Saturday now. So I'm about to do summer school, but I was doing my devotions, and because I decided I'm gonna start bringing my Bible in here whenever I read, because every day is too much. I can't just go back and tell you what happened yesterday. It's too much. Every day is too much. So I read Second Kings, uh, 4. No, it's not 4. Is that 4? Yeah, chapter 4, verse 8 through hmm, 36. It's Elisha and the woman from Shunem. And it was kind of like weird because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't heard much about the story. Number one, and I was like, okay. So what happened was basically Elisha performed a miracle for the previously in this chapter. There was like this poor woman, poor widow, and they were gonna take her sons into slavery, and she's like went to him, and he's like helped her produce a lot of olive oil, and she sold it to pay her debt. So her sons didn't have to go into slavery. And then the next thing is the woman from Shunem, and she's like, at first I thought I was like, okay, so the lady said to her husband, she's like, this is a man of God, and I guess he passed through there a lot. At first I was like, why? She's like, and so basically they made him a hotel room, and then for when he was traveling through there, and then they wanted to repay her for her kindness. So we're like, what can we do for you? Can we put a good word for you? And the king or the commander of the army? And the lady's like, no, my family takes good care of me. So no, they were like, went away and they were collaborating and like, how can we repay her for her kindness? And then they were like, the, Elisha's servant Gehazi was like, she doesn't have a son. Her husband is a old man. So Elisha went to her and he said to her, next year at this time you will be holding a son in your arms. And sure enough, she became pregnant and had a baby. And then it just went on to say, like, how a few years down the road, let me see. I guess when he was a little bit older, I don't know if it said how old. When he was older, that's all it says. He was out in the field with his dad, and something happened to his head. He's like, my head hurts, my head hurts. So the dad sent him in with his, he might have, I don't know if he got hurt on the field working or what, but he died. And Elisha came back, the lady sent for Elisha, and she's like, I told you don't deceive me, don't get my hopes up, and now my son is dead. So Elisha came and raised him from the dead. But I was just like, the reason that well, it's good. It's all right. Anyway, so basically, 10 10. Today is if I would have conceived on 10 10 10, I would have a white baby. I would have had a baby by Father Abraham. But because I conceived on 10 11 10, I had a Mark Jr. And so basically, this is significant because, because I was like kind of like thinking about not having, I mean, like, I was just like, I remember like the night before we moved here back in May 9th, or May 7th, 8th, whatever, that night, Christian and I were up in our townhouse and we were naming his siblings. And we just like, we had like the first one was like Mercy Arigato. It's like, thank you, but we're going to call her Ari. And then the second one is Bugatti Lamborghini. We're going to call her Lamb. And the third one was, I don't know if I wrote it down either. I don't remember. So regardless. And then our little boy was, I wonder if I wrote him down. Wait, something weapon. And our Ari is going to be the reincarnation of Shirley Temple. And weapon is going to be that reincarnation of Pee Wee Herman. And so basically, we're going to have a Jezebel, a Lilith, an Ishtar, and Pee Wee Herman, which is, I think, God, actually. And then might have just been the 4. And so basically, that was the plan 5 months ago when we moved here, and then everything got put on hold. And then but the thing was like, like the question came up like back when we left in May. We left, and then Christian was spooked and didn't want to go back, so we didn't. and so we stayed in the shelter, and I had a guilty conscience about it because I know better. Like I know like from past being in domestic situations before, you're not supposed to leave, and I know that. But it was like, and I personally wouldn't have left. I didn't really care about their drama at all, their bullshit or the drama or whatever. I didn't care at all. But Christian was so scared, and I didn't want to force him into that situation. You know what I mean? Because when you go against to go against his inclinations like that, I didn't want to like run the plow through him basically and make him go back. So that was really the deciding factor for me. Because if it, like I said, for the record, if it had been me, I would not have just left just because some retarded bitch wants to be pitch a fit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you what came up again today because they're like, well, now because that girl across the street lost her kid. Basically, she's not even kidding me. A parent. That's what last I heard. I don't know. I don't keep up with the shit. But she lost her dad's basically taking care of her kid because she's so messed out. And it is sad. You know what I'm saying? And wow, I was talking to one of my angels when I left my husband. I lived in an apartment complex, and I remember two of my neighbors in particular. There was this one girl, this blonde girl, and she took me into her apartment, and she played guitar, and she had her apartment decorated so awesome. And I was like, I think I'm gonna, for the first time in my life, I think I'm gonna decorate this. Like I've never really been into home decor at all. Never really lasted anywhere long enough to really do that. But regardless, anyway, and she came to visit me in the spirit, and now I didn't know at the time, but that was she's one of my angels, and we were just talking, and not all of it. I don't know everything that we talked about. I just remember she identified herself, like we met, and this has been in the. But then it's just like it's so crazy to think. What the times it's like it's crazy to think about like how God says God Yahweh's around about His people, and even when you don't know, you know what I mean. The angels were around me all along because I had another neighbor, and I remember him because he had this great big dog named Scarlet. And I loved that dog. She's like, she would like get on you and like she was like cute and she would like give you hugs and she was the coolest dog ever. It was my other neighbor. But regardless, but we were talking about the girl across the street and how she's one of us. Basically, when I say one of us, okay, like remember the song that Kid Cudi made, Cudi. I said Cudi. That song I was obsessed with for like ever. Let me see if I can find it. This one, Mr. Ranger. When I say one of us, I mean this song is about us. When I say us, I mean who this song is about. I don't. What I'm saying is I don't really know I don't know exactly. It's very abstract for me. I don't exactly know, but I know that this song is for us, the kids like me. Regardless. Okay, sorry. What am I saying? Oh, and so anyway, but then whenever everything happened, then we weren't gonna have a baby, and then 5 months later, I was gonna get a good husband, a good Christian husband, and I wasn't ready. I didn't want it at all. I just the way the Christians are, I can't stand how they are. So I was like, no, I can't do it. So I can't marry into that, and that'd be my reality every day, day in day out. I'll lose my shit. But regardless, um, oh, and then Michael came back into my life, and it's like, it's like, okay, I guess we're gonna try to have a baby after all, and it was like, the way that it all happened, like I was like, and I was reading my Bible, and let me go back, let me see if I can find what I was reading. Yep, here it is, 9:3. Because the episode was a song, or let me see. I will tell you exactly what it was. It's 9:13. Let me find. Oh, maybe you know what? I do bounce around though. Just a second, because no 10:3. That's why I'm confused. Where's sorry, I wasn't ready for this, but I want to tell you because I read a verse. And okay, anyway, basically, I got the memo that we're supposed to have a baby, and I was before I even done the math, like calculate. Hadn't even calculated that it was like, my mom's conception day. You know what I mean? Back like when she was conceived, and I just got the memo. It's like we're gonna have a baby, and it was my mom and my sister, and they were the same people who told me don't have his baby back on June. Like when I woke up on June 4th of 2020, I woke up to my mom and my sister, and they were like, don't have his baby. He likes Christy, your brother's wife. They're gonna run off together. Do not have his baby. So I don't know. I feel like they already had a relationship and it didn't work out for them. But I don't know for sure because all I really know for sure, I just have this like fear that he found somebody in my family when I lived in Springfield. When he was coming to visit me, I'm afraid that he was hooking up with my family along with everybody else. But I don't know for sure. I don't even know what I was reading from. I'll find it. I'll find it some other time. 10:3. Oh, 10:4. Crazy. I read a lot, and so yeah, here it is, 10:3. But I see, but maybe it wasn't this one because they're like, write this verse, and I wrote it, and then it was something about generational something, and then the song about a blessing came on. I listened to Blessing that night in my room on the computer while I was doing devotions. 10:3. It's like right before, and I was putting Christian to bed, and then Michael got spooked, like axe. I told you about that, the axe spooking, and he left. He got spooked and left, and I didn't try to stop him, and just because I know the drill. I'm a leaver, so I know if you leave me for no reason, I'm not gonna worry. So, I think if you did something, I mean, because anyway, because I know the number of times that I actually came back after I leave and come back, leave and come back. So that's why I don't really care. Go. I'm not gonna try to stop you. You don't. I mean, you let me. You don't let me go ahead and go. You know what I mean? You don't let me have to say go because I didn't do anything. So, regardless, oh, what was I saying? I'm sorry. This movie is this video is really disorganized. I'm not used to reading and this many props. I probably just need to stick to vlogging. I can't keep my train of thought. But my point is, anyway, and I listened to Blessing, and then I got the memo. We're supposed to have a baby. So and then it was so funny because, but then I kind of like heard him getting like called to me, and I could tell he was getting restless. And then I started to look up the hall when I got the memo that we're gonna have a baby. And they're like, wait, go back in the room and see if he leaves. So I did. And I was like, okay. And he left. And then I walked up and I was like, okay, you just told me to have his kid and he's gone. And I know I said this in another video, but I'm saying it again. And then he came back. And I didn't let him right in. I met him in the hall because he was mad. You know what I mean? And when he left, I was like, are you going to be nice? You know what I mean? And I came out and he's like, let me in. And so we went inside and he stayed. And because when he was leaving, I kept trying to give him his best dad because we got the family shirts, the best mom, best kid, best dad ever. I can show you the shirt since we're doing props. Because he asked me when he's leaving, he's like, do I have anything here? And I was helping him gather all his things because I know how much I hate to leave things when I leave. Okay, so this shirt, I was like, oh, this is yours. And so I threw it in his clean laundry basket, and he didn't want it, but I was trying to make him take it. This is Christian's best kid ever. And then I have mine, best mom over. It's I know I'm not the best mom. It was just fun. Regardless, I love this song. So regardless, what am I saying? Oh my God. Okay, so but what I didn't realize is that he threw the T-shirt on the couch, and I know this is probably TMI, and I'm so very very sorry, but it's just a fun fact. So he threw his shirt on the T-shirt, and it was wadded up, and I didn't, and it was like, and then when we were sitting on the couch, and I threw it and I moved it. I threw it across the room because I was like, what is this? And I was like, oh, your T-shirt. So I picked his best dad T-shirt off. Our conception bed. Sorry, I know TMI, right? But anyway, the reason that I'm telling you this video is because the 10:3, it was like, and there was like 10:33. I swear to God, we come at 10:33 on 10:3. We conceived. I forgot to tell you that fun fact when I was making, because I remember when I made this video before I got cut short. But then it's like, a week later, and I'm like, what if like they say it takes like a month and you find out you're pregnant. I'm like, what if I find out I'm not pregnant in a month? And because I told him. I mean, I was like, don't. I told him everything that was happening as it was happening. You know what I'm saying? And shut up. Regardless, I told him. I was like, after I was like, it's like, congratulations. We're gonna, and he's like, we just didn't tell him why. I mean, I think he knew we just conceived, but Regardless, I know, but I'm weird. Let me think. What was I gonna say? Oh, it was like, but I looked at the clock and it was like having a 10. It was like 10:30 anyway, 10:33 on at 10:03 at 10:33, and it was crazy because whenever Christian and I were naming kids, Ari was gonna be our first one anyway, which is Jezebel, and so it's just like she's gonna be a Cancer again in this life, which is awesome. But anyway, so basically, but then now a week later, I'm like, and then well, I was starting to like get frantic about, oh my God, what does this mean for our future? Like what if things get bad and I have a baby and this is like, and then one of my angels was like, well, what if you're not pregnant? And I was like, that was a trip. You know what I mean? I was like, well, I'm gonna look very, very delusional. Number one, won't be the first time. But regardless, I was just like, I don't think that people really know me, like spend time with me enough to know like that's my world all the time. Like, you know what I mean? Like I think that Michael's the first one to really know what I'm like. You know what I mean? And so if we turn out to be pregnant, then it's kind of like a validation from God. You know what I'm saying? Because like, and then I read that in that Second Kings, in a year from now, you're gonna be a mommy. You know, and be another mommy again. You're gonna have a baby, and if it's a boy, it's a boy. It won't be Ari. You know what I mean? I can't, but I'm just saying. It's just like because I was stressing, 3 nights ago, and things were kind of like rocky again, and I don't know. But regardless, I need to go to school. I think I made my point. Right, I'm gonna go. Bye.